this is Tom for Tabletop Tap Room. This is yet another installment in our Lost Gems of Middle-earth Role-Playing by Iron Crown Enterprises. And today we're looking at Thieves of Tharbad. It's the most unlike Middle-earth module of them all. It's kind of different from all of the others, and it's important for a particular reason we'll get into. But before I get too deep, let me just say thank you for watching the video. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys, great. Don't forget that like, subscribe, and bell icon that help build the channel. And today, Thieves of Tharbad. Let's just stop in and take in this cover. This is an evocative cover. Um, there were certain times where the covers of the cover of a Middle Earth module was super evocative and tied right into the title, Thieves of Tharbad. You see here, it's a band of thieves storming a boat in the dock at night. Absolutely evocative. Gorgeous, gorgeous action happening here. Gorgeous cover. Love so many of these Middle Earth Iron Crown Enterprises covers. But this is probably a top 5 for me. Thieves of Tharbad. Moving right along, you're not here to talk about evocative art, are you? Or the evocative maps. These maps are fantastic. We're here to talk about what makes this module stand out. Is they went full city-state map here of Tharbad. Look at this city. Where are you, Thieves of Tharbad? Now this is actually a center staple pullout. It's a center staple. It's glossy paper. It is a gorgeous map. So you can take this right out of the module, lay it on the table. I of course collected these thinking it was a financial investment, so I never took the map out. So I would scan this nice and print it off and then laminate it and throw that on the table. But yeah, Tharbad. Unfortunately, green screen technology kind of biffs us here. But this is full on city state. Oh, one criticism I would have of this map is how many times these colors that they chose. And so what they did was they did the roof differently. And so some is just a square with color. The color is a little close, and so it can be a little tough, but you get used to it. But the map is absolutely gorgeous. And I love it's a very Paris style city where you got this middle island here in the river, and it's delineated. It's all these corners. You've got the thieves quarter, the dock quarter, um, the shanty town, and so many times in this, every time in this book, you're listing um, descriptions. They're doing it by quarter, so it makes it very easy. And my recommendation would be if you were going to drop Tharbad into your campaign, very, very easy product uh, to do that with, is you focus action on just one of the quarters of the city, the docks quarter or the thieves quarter. Then you get, and again, 1980s layout going on here. It, you, this could have been one page, places of interest. It gives you all the little numbers and what's there. This would have been great as one page, but it's 2 pages. And you see this little bit here. If they had just not done this paragraph here and this little brewery piece of clip art, they could have done this as a one page. You could potentially print and then cut and then tape and then recopy the page and have it as a one page, maybe, but or simply print these 2 pages back to back. This is handy. Then they go into the whole describing those locations. And again, it's keyed by North Bank, Thieves Quarter. It's keyed by the individual quarter, making it easy to use. Uh, and then in these descriptions, you'll have some maps of some of the locations there to aid you. And then you get to the other little gem in this particular uh, module is this castle map. You get the maps of it, but you get this great 3D rendering of it, and the little map showing that area of the city, the Thieves Quarter, and these are the sewers. They're showing you the sewers. They've not mapped the sewers in other parts of the city. I'm sure the other parts of the city have those sewers. They're there for you to map, but you get the sewers here in the Thieves Quarter because guess what? Thieves would use the sewers to sneak around. Yeah. So you get a lot with this. You get the castle, you get the city. Um, there are tables, master encounter table. Love this, love this, love this. The master encounter table is keyed by day and night. So day and night in this area, and then day and night in this area. So it's super handy. Certainly, and if you're dropping this into a D&D campaign and you're adding other things, like you might add were rats to the Thieves Court. If that's a potential thing you could meet. So you would change up these tables, but these are super handy. It's definitely something you would, as a game master, use for converting. Um, NPC, master NPC chart, keyed by section of the city. Smart, 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 smart. Uh, Herb chart. So some of these herbs are, some of them are intoxicants and some of them are healing herbs. These are some of the contraband in Tharbad. And so if you're caught carrying them, chances are the guards who are corrupt are just going to confiscate them. Um, they might extort a little fine from you on the spot, but you're not going to get thrown in jail for the required jail sentence because they're going to take the intoxicants and go get intoxicated because the guards are corrupt. And I love that. I don't know what the master military chart is all that useful for you, but it's there. How would I use this? Converting this, well, for OSR game focused on Thieves Guild, okay? And you you could have a whole. There's three adventures here. Uh, you could use those as kernels of ideas uh, and build out a whole Thieves Guild type of thing. If I was doing that, I would grab this. I just got this from Drive-Thru, Book of Thieves, procedural burglary. In here, in particular, they had a Thieves Guild symbol for the Thieves Guild. And then, information on that Thieves Guild. They had the trials for joining the Thieves Guild, and I thought these were fantastic. So it's interesting that this came in the mail same time as I'm reviewing Thieves of Tharbad. I would absolutely use this hand in hand with the city in here and have a whole thieves themed campaign going on. Then as a sequel, I thought about this. As a sequel, I might transition into A10, module A10, not A10, B10, B10, uh, Night Star Terror from back in the day TSR. I think that'd be a good module to transition to. You could start out beginning campaign dealing with, you know, player characters encountering these. In Tharbad, you could actually be all the player characters are thieves trying to make their way, trying to survive in the big city. You could do a whole campaign that way. But if it was the player characters dealing with the thieves in Tharbad, I would transition, pull out my Night Spark Terror B10 module, and transition to that module for sure. And obviously you're going to convert this, but the hard part's been done. This whole map has been drawn. The NPCs have been drawn. There's some NPC portraits in here for some key players. That's been done for you. So this is, maybe you're not going to run a whole Middle Earth campaign. I think a whole Middle Earth campaign could be a challenge to run if you're not used to this particular setting and how thin the bestiary is, how it's going to be more about exploration and more about political intrigue. Uh, Although, admittedly, in a city with factions and different neighborhoods and different factions, and there's political intrigue here. So there's plenty here for the story gamer. If you're a 5e story gamer, this is going to be great for you. If you're OSR, this is kind of a classic city-state esque. Um, this was Iron Crown Enterprises going, all right, let's do our own city state map city. And they went with Tharbad. Admittedly, though, Tharbad is actually set in 1410, I think, and most of the other Middle Earth modules are set in 1640, if I'm not mistaken on those dates. Tharbad at 1640 was considerably run down, so this is when it's a thriving city. Although there's a discussion in here about if you want to game, set the game in Tharbad during other periods, so it'll be more of a ruin and more abandoned. A lot of dark things there, so that could be equally as well. Um, Exploring the abandoned city. Uh, so plenty here. This is definitely one of the lost gems of Middle Earth role playing produced by Iron Crown Enterprises in the 80s. So this is Tom for Tabletop Taproom. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget that like, subscribe, bell icon, and again, check out some of these lost gems. You'll find them either on eBay or on file sharing sites like Scrib and so on. And I will see you out there at the gaming table.